Imagine being trapped, unable to move, and just staying in a singular dark place for many, many days. Believe it or not, these situations are real and have been recreated on Roblox. Like for example, the 5 divers trapped inside an oil pipe. These guys ended up staying there for many, many days. But what exactly happened? Yeah, if you don't know the story, this happened in the year 2022 when there was a long oil pipe that seemed to be damaged. And so these 5 divers ended up investigating the situation when they went to go open up the valve of the pipe, because as soon as they opened this up, the pressure from inside the pipe was so strong that it ended up sucking all 5 divers in through the pipes. Right now I'm inside the pipes and oh yeah, look up ahead, there's the 4 different divers. Let's see, can I actually like get through? Oh geez, no, I think the pipes like actually got smaller. Yeah, just to show you an image on how small these pipes were, this is the exact same pipes used by the company. So yeah, here are some of the divers and like it's getting hard to like move through it. Remember, the pipes were incredibly small and also they were in complete darkness. Not only that, but they were also badly injured, with some even having broken bones. Remember, this was an oil pipe, so it was also filled with a ton of oil, making it hard to move around. Yeah, one of the divers was recording the whole thing with a GoPro, and you can actually listen here. Now, the reason why they're able to talk and not get overwhelmed by the oil is because in the pipes, there is actually some air pockets where they are able to breathe. Keep in mind though, they are breathing in a ton of toxins with all the oil and such. And not only that, but they were also limited in the amount of air that they had. Their oxygen tank was only going to last 1 hour, and the amount of air that they had was pretty limited as well, which meant that if they wanted to survive, someone had to go and get help. Now, you may notice in this game, there are 4 divers and not 5. Yeah, that's because one of them did end up trying to get help. The rest ended up staying there. Remember, it was a tight squeeze and a lot of them were severely injured. And so the diver that left to go get help, aka Chris, he went off on a terrifying excursion. Remember, this is all in complete darkness and the whole thing was filled with oil and water, and there was only a limited time that he had to survive. He switched between 2 different oxygen tanks, but there left another problem. See, when they got sucked into the pipelines, the 5 men all got confused on where they originally came from. As you could see, on the left side is where they originally were at, but on the opposite end is a closed off area filled with only oil, meaning that he and his men would be trapped because there'd be another vault door that they wouldn't be able to reach. And luckily for Chris, he does end up going to the right pipes and end up making banging noises to request help. But this is where things get very haunting. See, while Chris did manage to get help for himself, he explained the situation of the 4 other divers still stuck in the pipes, and so the company sent out more divers to investigate. This time they went outside the pipes and they actually heard noises from within, meaning that those men were still alive, making banging noises to indicate where they were at. The divers on the outside also made noises, and so the ones inside thought that they were saved. But the story doesn't end there, because even though the company knew that the 4 men were stuck inside the pipes, there was no attempt at a rescue mission. Yeah, literally in their wiki page, the company Paria admitted that they had no rescue plan, citing that they had no legal responsibility to rescue the men. Further, external attempts to save the men were reportedly blocked by Paria, with arguments being made that the divers could not be rescued safely. So yeah, there was no rescue mission, but they ended up recovering the bodies a few days after they had already died. Turns out the 4 divers that were stuck in there, they were stuck in there alive for 4 days until they finally just ran out of oxygen. Yeah, Chris, the only diver that survived this whole thing, was begging the company to go rescue them.
Because everything inside me open, I rescue it. Everything inside you open, I rescue what's going on. I feel like...
Yeah, keep in mind, this whole situation happened in the year 2022, and to this day, there's still ongoing legal battles about it. Honestly, the whole feeling of being trapped is terrifying, just like the survivors of the plane crash of the Air Force Flight 571. Yeah, that's a flight that crashed and people survived for 72 days and even had to resort to cannibalism. Yeah, that's also a Roblox game. This time it's called 871. And so this occurred in the year 1972 on October 13th, when the flight ended up carrying 45 passengers and crew, 19 of the members being a rugby team. Yeah, look, even the plane is modeled after the real plane. All right, here we go. We're inside the plane. Can I like look out? Oh, yeah. Oh, what's happening? Oh no. Okay, yeah, so we're getting the first person perspective here. Can I get out? Oh, so So we can get off the plane here, and this is all the luggage of the passengers. Yeah, this all happened in real life. And the reason why the plane crashed was due to pilot error. See, there was already bad weather that delayed the plane from flying the previous day, but then one of the co-pilots failed to notice the instrument readings and took a wrong turn. The pilots then lost vision as there was strong winds and fog that by the time they regained their vision, they saw a mountain in front of them, and they unsuccessfully tried to gain altitude. Now, after the crash, 33 passengers were still alive, but many of them with critical and serious injuries. Some of them had broken bones, fractured skulls, and they had nothing to do but wait for help. See, after exploring the luggage and all the things that they had, they were very limited with their food. They had a total of 8 chocolate bars, 3 small jars of jam, a tin of mussels, a tin of almonds, a few dates, candy, dried plums, and several bottles of wine. All this food only lasted a week. It was so bad that the survivors even gave each other permission to use their bodies for food in case they died. And yeah, that's actually is what they resorted to. One of the survivors even stated, "We knew the answer, but the answer was just too terrifying to contemplate." Now, keep in mind, they were surviving for a total of 72 days, many of which ended up dying throughout these days. And the crazy part about all of this is that rescue didn't even find them. 2 of the surviving men ended up hiking and climbing for 40 miles in the freezing cold. And remember, they didn't even have warm clothing on them. They were using the seat cushions from the plane as snowshoes. And so these 2 men, after walking around for 10 days, they managed to get help. The 2 men saw 3 people on horseback on the other side of the river, and by the next day, they were rescued. Because of those 2 men, they ended up getting a helicopter to the area where the plane was located, and the rest of the survivors ended up escaping as well, with a total of 16 ended up surviving the entire event. But now the same can't be said with the Titan submersible, because this too can be found on Roblox, and man, there's a ton of Roblox games about it. So now, if you don't know the story, pretty much there was a submarine built to go see the sunken Titanic ship, and there's a lot of weird things about this submarine. Like one being that the whole submarine was piloted by a literal video game controller. I think it was like a Logitech brand. Yeah, Logitech F710. And look, in this Roblox game, it even says, "Don't worry, this submersible is safer than the old Ocean Gate one. You won't get crushed, I think." Yeah, so that's referencing the terrible tragedy that happened. So yeah, on June 18th of 2023, the Titan submersible ended up taking 5 passengers to explore the Titanic ship. One of the passengers being the founder and creator of this ship, another being a French deep sea explorer and Titanic expert, 2 businessmen, and the last one being one of the businessman's sons. And the whole thing was supposed to go down smoothly. They go down into the vast seas and get to see the sunken Titanic up close, but that's when things go extremely wrong. Oh yeah, look, this Roblox game even has a Titan submersible with 3 bodies here, by the way. Yeah, that's pretty terrifying. And so now there's a lot of warnings about taking this submersible, but the founder, Paul Henry, said that it was extremely safe. And so the submarine took off. And after 1 hour and 33 minutes into the dive, the Titan was lost. And the submarine would stay lost for the next 4 days. Yeah, this actually like blew up all over the internet at the time. Like it was all over Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, when finally it was discovered the missing pieces of the submersible and the terrifying truth as to what exactly happened. And so after a thorough investigation, it was revealed that at some point during its submersion, the Titan submarine had actually imploded. Like this is an example video of what exactly happened. Like it was extremely fast. Yeah, this is like 1/100th the speed. And there's actually even a Roblox game. It says that it will implode in 2 minutes. So let's see what happens here. All right, I'm kind of nervous. Well, what's gonna happen here? Oh geez, yeah, okay, that was extremely fast. Oh, what's this? You were kicked from this experience, your submersible imploded. Yeah, so the reason for the implosion is the amount of water pressure that was around the submarine. Like, they were 3,800 meters underwater. Yeah, this is another animation about the implosion. Again, this is all in slow motion. The whole thing happened extremely fast. And to show you how fast it actually was, this is a vacuum truck that actually implodes in real-time speed. Yeah, it's like that, but underwater and much more condensed. The whole thing's honestly very terrifying. Yeah, it's extremely sad and tragic, especially because everybody was warning of the dangers that would happen, but none of these people ended up listening. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.